Let me quickly talk to you about large business loans that pull personal Experian for fair credit and fast approval.
One in a million, one in a million, one in a million. You know they're coming up to me, cause I'm just the kind of flower that's stinging in the beat, but the rhythm's getting higher. Go, 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 go. One in a million, one in a million, one in a million, one in a million, one in a million.
Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about large business loans that pull personal Experian for fair credit and fast approval. Very important, fast approval. So, number 7, we have here M&T Bank. Our score, 8.1 over 10. So when you think about M&T Bank, I want you to think about a regional bank that's very responsive in terms of customer service. They will work with you to make sure that you get the business term loan that you need, okay? And when we talk about M&T Bank, we are speaking about a loan amount that goes from $10,000 to $100,000. The pool Experian, okay, and this is unsecured, so there's no collateral needed, okay. And what we love with M&T is that they have an easy application. They actually have a fast decision-making process, and you have an automatic deduction from your M&T business checking account for ease of payments. So, in other words, so every month you have to set up an M&T business checking account, though, okay, so they can do the direct pay from that account. And you actually have the ability to make prepayments with no fees. This is really important, okay? So they do have, with M&T Bank, they have a constellation of business loans. So they have unsecured business installment loan. They have a secured term loan. So if you have, let's say you have valuable assets or quality business assets that you want to pledge, that's fine too, and they actually take assets for long-term working capital, business expansion, equipment purchase loans. So the credit size here goes from $10,000 to $1 million, okay? So, and the collateral must be non-real estate assets. Very important, okay? And the maturity here can go all the way to 10 years. They also have owner-occupied commercial real estate, okay? So here the credit size goes from $50,000 up. Okay, they also have investment real estates. Okay, and in addition, M&T Bank also have business lines of credit. This is really important. So here you are speaking about lines that are available from $5,000 to $950,000. Okay, $5,000 to $950,000. So to get started, it's very important to get started with M&T Bank. You just have to make sure that you are able to get to them all the paperwork that you need to have with them. Okay, remember the amount here, $10,000 to $100,000. That's for the business term loans. Okay, so overall we believe that this is really great. M&T Bank is a great source of financing. Okay, they have different types of financing. It is a reputable bank that's always innovating, and you have also a diversity of financing available. So secure term loans, business lines of credit, commercial real estate financing, equipment financing, SBA 7A loans and SBA Express loans, and business credit cards. So here you have it. Number 6, we have here TD Bank. Our score, 8.5 over 10. So when you think about TD Bank, obviously TD Bank is actually more present in the Northeast, okay? But again, we are speaking about a regional bank. But what we love with TD Bank is that you can access cash for frequent expenses that can be paid off quickly, like inventory or payroll. That's what we love in their lines of credit. So TD Bank has 2 or 3 credit facilities. So they have business loans, they have business lines of credit, and they also do equipment financing. So when we talk about their lines of credit, you can apply online or over the phone or at a branch. So if you want to apply for a line of credit that is less than $100,000, you can apply online, not a problem. But if you want something over $100,000, apply in person or over the phone, okay? One thing we love with TD Bank is that they're really fast also. So that's for the line of credit. For the loans, you actually can borrow, again, you can borrow up to $1 million, but you have the restriction that if it's below $100,000, you can apply online. and over that amount, you can apply at a branch or over the phone. Okay, and you have flexible terms from 1 to 5 years. Okay, for this loan. And one thing I also want to say here is that you definitely want to go to a branch, because this is where the juice is at. That's what we believe. And remember that TD Bank is available in 15 states and Washington, D.C. Okay, several loan options are available, including term loans, lines of credit, commercial mortgages, and SBA loans. Okay, now in terms of just want to quickly, I want to quickly elaborate on that. Here are the business loan options offered by TD Bank. You have lines of credit, term loans, commercial mortgages, SBA Express loans, SBA 7(a) loans, SBA 504 loans, U.S. Department of Agriculture loans, so USDA loans. Okay, and when we talk about the loan terms, fees, and discounts, your lines of credits are available from $25,000 to $500,000. Okay, term loans range from $10,000 to $1 million, not including SBA products. So the bottom line is terms will vary by loan products. Okay, so TD Bank does not disclose their origination fees, but they do charge origination fees. Okay, so TD Bank business loans, in our view, based on our research, are best for small businesses that want to choose from multiple loan options, small businesses that are confident in their ability to be approved for a business loan, and small businesses that are in one of the states that TD Bank serves. Very important. Number 5, we have here PNC. Our score 9/10. So when you think about PNC, you are speaking about a bank that is slightly larger than M&T Bank or TD Bank. Okay, and with the PNC, you have a constellation of loan offers. So you have a small business loans. So the loan amount here goes from $20,000 to $100,000. Okay, no collateral is required. Okay, then you have the secured small business loan with loan amounts from $100,001 to $3 million. Okay, this is kind of important. So, but you have to pledge business assets. They also offer small business commercial real estate loan, so the CRE loan. Okay, here you have loan amounts from $100,001 to $3 million. Okay, this is important. You also have the small business vehicle finance loan. So this is actually this allows you to finance new or used passenger vehicles for business use purposes. So you have loan amounts that go from $10,000 to $250,000. Okay, and then you have a couple of different credit facilities with the PNC Bank. But what I want to say in general is that PNC Bank has branches in 28 states and the District of Columbia. Okay, and they are among the largest banks operating in the U.S. Okay, so it's really important to understand that. So if you operate in the mid-Atlantic, the Southeast, or the upper Midwest region, you will actually appreciate PNC. Okay, and you have to understand that they are constantly innovating. That's one thing we love. In terms of the application process, they are very, very fast. They are responsive. Okay, and you can apply for the products online, but we do recommend to go to a branch or to apply over the phone. Okay, and they were very transparent. PNC is very transparent. The customer service is good. Okay, and one thing I want to say here is that some people have said in the past that their customer service is unresponsive. They have some fees. They have some stringent borrower requirements. That was those testimonies were a couple of years ago. Nowadays, PNC Bank has totally revamped its offer. Okay, so I can tell you that right now they have a very easy online application process. Okay, their customer service is more responsive than it has been in the past. Okay, they have low rates. Okay, and they have numerous unsecured and secured financing options. So PNC Bank loans or lines of credit, is it good for you? It depends. You got to be in the geography they cover. Okay, they offer some modern convenience when it comes to small businesses looking for loans and lines of credit. Okay, but again, it has to be. You have to actually contact them, and you have to make sure that you actually operate in one of the geographies that they cover. Okay, very important. Number 4, we have Citi. Our score 9.1/10. So when you think about Citibank, I want you to think about also a catalog of loan offers. Okay, so you have business installment loans 5,000 to 5 million. Okay, you can get the money for buying equipment, expanding operations, and other specific long-term needs. Okay, you have business lines of credit. So here you have lines that go from 10,000 to half a million. Okay, so you can actually use this for anytime you're trying to plug in some liquidity holes in your operations. That's kind of fine. Okay, and they also, Citibank has distinguished itself when it comes to financing healthcare operations, healthcare entities, healthcare businesses. So they do have a healthcare practice finance where they allow people, where they grant loans from $250,000 to 5 million. Okay, so you can acquire, refinance, or expand a medical, dental, or vet practice rather. And they also have a CRE, so commercial mortgages, commercial real estate loans. So $250,000 to 5 million. So this is kind of cool. So overall, let me just give you an overview of Citibank. So Citibank really provides several lending products to small businesses. And we are speaking about term loans and lines of credits, okay? So this is kind of cool. Now, one thing we have seen based on our experience that they are difficult to qualify for if you don't have the relationship with Citibank. So you need to have a relationship with Citibank. Very important, okay? And Citibank plays its cards pretty close to its chest. So most qualifying companies will need to have been in business for at least 2 years. Okay, Citibank does not really disclose their credit requirements, but based on our experience, if you have your Experian is around your Experian credit score is around 600, you should be good to go. That's the minimum. But you need to have a strong relationship though with Citibank. I've said this before, very important, okay? So this is something you need to think about. And their loan application process is pretty fast also. And one thing I want to say that is that if you apply at a branch, things go faster than if you apply it online, especially if you're looking for large amounts. It's very important to have that. Now, everybody knows customer service at Citibank is good, okay? They could do better, but they have been improving extremely fast, okay? And they were really responsive, especially when you have a loan with them or you're applying for a business loan. You have a different type of service than if you were applying for a personal loan. This is just based on our research for the last 15 years and based on our personal experience. So the experiences of all our team members, we just know that when it comes to business credit, Citibank seems to be more responsive and faster. Number 3, folks, we have here Chase. Our score 9.5 over 10. Folks, we are still talking about business loans that pull Experian, personal Experian, for fair credit. So Chase 9.5 over 10. So when you think about Chase, you have business lines of credit, okay? Just so you can apply for lines that start at $10,000. So the delta here is $10,000 to $500,000, okay? That's for the line of credit. And so they have the business line of credit. They also have the commercial line of credit where the amount are a little higher. So a Chase commercial line of credit is actually the right choice for you if your business has larger working capital needs. So we are speaking about more than $500,000, okay? And so you have initial terms from 12 to 24 months and renewable thereafter. Obviously, you need to have a relationship with Chase to make sure that they actually give you the line that you need, okay? So besides business lines of credit, they also offer business loans, okay? So here you can have a term loan with them, you can have a draw loan, or what they call advised line, okay? So a term loan is a standard loan with a set amount of time to pay it back. That's what you and I are accustomed to. You have a draw loan. Now, draw loan is a little different. So a draw loan is a loan with a draw period up to 1 year to avoid having to dip into your personal funds. It's kind of similar to a business line of credit, but the way Chase has set it up is a little different, okay? And you have what they call advised line. So you can get pre-approved for a commitment amount, allowing you to draw against the commitment to make purchases for up to 1 year. Okay. Now, so we talk about the key features here. You have loan amount that start at as low as $5,000. Okay, that's for the business loan from Chase. Terms as long as 7 years. You have variable or fixed interest rates depending on your product, and you have fixed monthly payments. So this is really important. And so when you think about Chase business loan and lines of credit products in general, I want you to think about three important things. So you have the lines of credit, you have the business term loans, you have the SBA loans, okay? And in terms of the borrower requirements, if you have minimum 600 Experian score, that's fine. They want you to be in operation for 1 year at least. In terms of revenue, it will depend on it will depend on the sector you're in, but please make sure that you have a strong banking relationship with Chase before applying. Very, very important. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another session of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. I'm still having a conversation with you about large business loans that pull personal Experian for fair credit, okay, and fast approval. Number 2, we have Bank of America. Our score 9.8 over 10. So when you think about Bank of America, I want you to think about a couple of things. They have a business advantage credit line, okay. So this is a line of credit that allows you to actually use funds whenever you need the funds, okay? No collateral is required, and monthly payments are based on your balance, okay? So line amount go from $10,000, and the APR is as low as 6.75, okay? So the terms are revolving with annual renewal, okay? This is kind of cool, and they want you to be to have 2 years in business under existing ownership and at least $100,000 in annual revenue. So this is for the business line of credit. Now they also have an unsecured term loan. Okay, this is kind of cool. And you actually, no collateral is required also. Loan amount starts at $10,000. Fixed rates as low as 6%. Loan terms from 12 to 60 months, okay? And they do have an origination fee of $150 if approved. And you want to have and the requirements are similar for the business advantage term loan than they are for the business advantage line of credit. So in other words, 2 years in business under existing ownership and $100,000 in annual revenue, okay? And the good thing about Bank of America in general is that they are available in all 50 states. This is kind of cool, okay? And so this is really cool. And one thing I want to say also is that Bank of America is great for businesses who want to save money on interest, or healthcare providers, because Bank of America provides several products for healthcare providers and even offers tailored mortgages for physicians, okay? And if you currently bank with Bank of America, you want to go for that. But now, if you are a business or a business owner who values the best customer service, Bank of America may not be the place for you. And if you need a merchant cash advance or invoice factoring, you will not get it from Bank of America, okay? So this is important to know. So if you want to qualify for a Bank of America business loan, make sure that you have a minimum Experian 600. You are making at least $100,000 at the business level, okay? And the time in business is 2 years minimum. Very important. Number 1, the best of the best in our view when it comes to massive business loans that pull personal Experian for fast approval and fair credit. Wells Fargo. Our score 9.9 over 10. So with Wells Fargo, you have actually a couple of things. Okay, now you have what we call Wells Fargo does not actually do term loans. Okay, they're very good with business lines of credit. Okay, so first thing first, you have so your business line of credit will go from $5,000 to $100,000. Okay, that's a revolving credit line, and rates are as low as prime plus 1.75%. No collateral is required. So we are speaking about an unsecured business line of credit. Okay, so this is great for supplementing cash flow, expanding your business, and covering unexpected expenses. Okay, and other things we love with this line of credit is that you have MasterCard, Access Card, you have easy to use checks. You can access your line online or by phone, and there are no foreign transaction fees. So this is really good. And in addition to the Wells Fargo business line of credit, you have the Wells Fargo business line of credit. So this is ideal for businesses in operation for for more than 2 years with established business credit. Okay, here you are looking at credit lines that go from $10,000 to $100,000. Okay, and so the terms are revolving. It's a revolving line of credit, no scheduled annual review. Okay, very important to know that. You also have the Wells Fargo Small Business Advantage line of credit, which is backed by the US SBA. Okay, so this is ideal for businesses in operation for less than 2 years, and this is great for establishing or rebuilding business credit with Wells Fargo. So here you have lines of credit that go from $5,000 to $50,000. Okay, and the terms, this is a 5-year revolving line of credit, no scheduled annual review. So this is really important. And I want to say in general, Wells Fargo products are always they're always designed to match your business. Okay, match your business operation. And you also have I need to say that you have the Wells Fargo Prime line of credit, which gives you $100,000 to $500,000 revolving line of credit. You have monthly interest only payments, and this is secured by business assets. Okay, so typically businesses that have $2 to $5 million in annual sales will actually be great for that. Okay, and other features that we believe are critical or great for Wells Fargo's products in general. You have competitive prime-based rates, unlimited access up to the line limits during 1 year draw period, and this is renewable annually, regarding of the line of credit that you qualify for. So before I close to this conversation, let me give you an overview of what we're talking about. So we are speaking about business loans that pull Experian for fair credit, right? It's important. So it's really important whenever you apply for a business loan to understand the requirements of that loan. Okay, whether they pull Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax, you want to have a clear idea of what the other criteria are. Okay, the requirements are. Okay, so you want to actually think about your business and personal credit score. This is very important. Okay, so if you are in business for more than 1 year, chances are you have a paydex score, or you have an Experian business credit score, or you have an Equifax business credit score. No matter what, you need to have something. You need to have established some kind of business credit. This is important. You want to think about your annual business revenue and profits. Okay, keep in mind that revenue is not profit. Okay, but make sure that your accounting is stable, so that your numbers are trustworthy, your numbers are credible. Okay, and you also need to think about the time in business. So when you contact a bank, ask them about the time and business requirements. Is it 1 year? Is it 6 months? Is it 2 years? Okay, do they lend to startups? Okay, think about that. And you also want to think about your company's debt to income ratio. Normally, when we talk about credit at the personal level, we actually emphasize a low DTI. But hey, listen, the same thing applies to businesses. So your business must have a low DTI also. Okay, and the lender also wants to see your debt service coverage ratio. And this is actually your debt service coverage ratio measures your business's annual net operating income in relation to its total annual debt. Okay, remember, annual net operating income is another way to say earnings before interest, taxes, deductions, and amortization. So that's EBITDA, okay, or EBITDA. This is really important. And so you have to also think about, if you are looking for secure loans, I want you to think about the right collateral that you want to pledge for that loan, okay? And keep in mind that your industry matters also. So when you talk to a lender, make sure that you are in the right industry, make sure that the lender actually has loaned money to other businesses in the same industry, because you don't want the lender to have a steep learning curve in terms of estimating the risk that applies to your specific sector. Okay, so go to a lender who has experience in your field. And last but not the least, when we talk about the requirements that you need to think about, try to have a business plan also. Try to have a business. It always helps. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're Experian or if they pull Experian or Equifax or TransUnion. You want to have a business plan. Let me give you a few pro tips before we actually close to this conversation. And there are certain documents that are required commonly for business loans. Okay, and it doesn't matter where the lender pulls. You want to have your bank statements, very important. And obviously, it's a lot better if you apply for a business loan at the same bank where you currently have a relationship. That way, they don't need bank statements for you because they already have the data. They already have it, already have the information. But if you don't bank with, if you don't have a strong relationship with the bank where you are applying for a loan, then you need to bring bank. You need to bring bank statements. Very important. You also need to think about personal and business tax returns. Okay, this is important to have that also to clarify your income. Okay, to your income at the personal level, but also at the business level. Think about business licenses and permits, because the lender wants to make sure that you are actually legit. In other words, that you have the proper licenses and permits in the industry in which you are operating. Think about having your EIN. I mean, EIN is not a document, but it's basically you want to have an EIN letter from the IRS that clearly says your EIN is valid. In some cases, you want to have proof of collateral if you are seeking a secured business loan. Okay, it only applies for a secure business loan. Make sure that you have your balance sheet. So we're speaking about your financial statements here, your balance sheet, your statement of cash flows, your income statement, and your statement of owner's equity. So you want to have a nice set of financial statements, that actually talks about your business financially speaking. You want to have a copy of your commercial lease, okay? You want to have disclosures of other debts, so the lender wants to know what other liabilities you have, your business has, okay? Think about accounts payable and accounts receivable aging. Very important for the lender to see the gap between your cash inflows and cash outflows, okay? And think about ownership and affiliations at the business level, okay? Legal contracts and agreements, okay? And in some cases, the lender might want to see your driver's license. Very important. If you have business insurance, they want to know more about the plans under which your business is covered, okay? And they want to see also your payroll records. So and they want to see they want to see if you actually comply with payroll taxes at the state level and federal level, okay? They want to see your company's incorporation documents. And last but not the least, I've said this before, you need to have a business plan. Very important. Before I close to this conversation, please check out our credit card, our business loan evaluation approach, okay? We have a strong methodology on this show when it comes to estimating, categorizing, reviewing, listing business loans and personal loans. Please check this out. I want to quickly recap to this conversation. So I spoke to you about large business loans that pull personal Experian for a fair credit and fast approval. Number 1, Wells Fargo, 9.9 over 10. Number 2, we have here Bank of America, 9.8 over 10. Number 3, we have Chase, 9.5 over 10. Number 4, we have Citi, 9.1 over 10. Number 5, we have PNC Bank, 9 over 10. Number 6, we have here TD Bank, 8.5 over 10. Number 7, we have M&T Bank, 8.1 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.